Hey, hey. Hi, guys. Welcome back. All right. So, Leos, let's go ahead and take a quick peek and see what we have got here. So, what is the big message for my Leos right now? Also, just spoiler alert, guys, we will be doing some equinox videos pretty quick here. So, since we're coming right up to it, we got the Six of Wands in the reverse. Ooh, Leo, the message on this one is that someone, not saying this is the Leo, but somebody is feeling. Um, kind of ucky right now. They're not feeling super empowered. They're not feeling their best. They're not feeling like they can take on the world, or they're not feeling very recognized, or they could be world weary right now. This could be somebody who's going through just a tough moment. It's really hit their self-worth or their ego. You know, we all have ego to a certain extent, right? Ego doesn't have to be a bad thing. Like we have to have a certain little like level of, personal pride, we'll say. But right now somebody is really feeling low. I don't know that this is our Leo. We got an 8 of Swords in the reverse. It's interesting though, because I don't think this is going to last long. With 8 of Swords in the reverse, this is somebody who could shake that off in a moment. So let's dig into this, because I think there's a way forward through this. Let's see. Let me grab this deck, I think. Tell me about the 8 of Swords in the reverse, because that's our solution. We got a 2 of Pentacles that came out sideways. There's more than one solution here that could help, that could work for our character. We got the All Gifted, we got the 6 of Pentacles, and we got the 5 of Pentacles. Okay, so to put it simply, let's entertain the idea right now that, say, this is our Leo who is just really feeling low right now. They're feeling like, I don't feel great right now. I feel depleted. I don't feel very well respected. I don't feel like things are working out in my favor, or I haven't, excelled or something. They can get unstuck and freed from that mindset through a variety of ways, but maybe the quickest route is for them to, first off, count up the amazing things that they've already accomplished in life. Count up, even to the point of writing it down on paper, the things that they like about themselves. It's so easy to get down on oneself, and sometimes we're our own worst enemy, right? So counting up the blessings, the gifts, the things that the universe has done on our behalf, or our own personal accomplishments. But then the next phase of this little adventure is to also spend some time like taking good care of one's spiritual self. This character, they might be exhausted, they might be run down right now. It's really hard to see anything as positive if we're exhausted emotionally, physically, spiritually, mentally. All those things kind of combine. And so this is like giving oneself some nurturing, giving back to oneself. 6 of Pentacles is about equal give and take, yes, but has life just been super stressful and it's felt overwhelming? And then pretty soon the Leo's like, I'm not doing anything very well, and they're totally trash talking themselves. This says, whoa, it is time to be kind to oneself, to replenish as much as what we are exporting. Our energy is being exported. We need to import something, which is kindness, nurturing, gentleness. This has a very spiritual connotation to it on this card. And then the third part of this, and this might sound a little sassy, but the third part of this is, okay, to get Leo out of this vibe, out of this feeling not good enough, what maybe they need to recognize is that whatever isn't working out in their life, who's missing out on the energy of Leo? Whomever didn't either hold on to the Leo, or didn't choose the Leo, or didn't accept the Leo, or didn't approve the Leo, or whatever this is. The Leo is every moment that things drift further apart, they are hemorrhaging that amazing energy of the Leo that they could have harnessed, or they could have brought into their world. Leo is slipping between their fingertips, not vice versa. And I think that that's a really important message. So if our Leo can just get their mindset shifted a little bit, they may see things through a very different light. This is all like, I think our character really needs someone to kind of boost them, someone to basically say, Leo, are you freaking kidding me? You're not losing anything. They're totally losing you. That whoever it is that didn't tend to or take good enough care of their Leo, they don't get the amazingness of Leo. So I'm wondering if this Leo felt really low. Maybe they felt passed over. They felt not chosen. They felt, I mean, this could have been any kind of a disappointment, right? Um, I didn't get hired for that job. I didn't, get that house. I wasn't selected for this, chosen for that award, whatever it was. I think thankfully this Leo doesn't stay in that mindset for very long. Nor would a Leo typically, right? Because come on, Leos are meant for adversity, that they kind of thrive on overcoming it. They thrive on, in some ways, saying, huh, chips are all stacked against me. Somebody doesn't think I can do this. Somebody didn't choose me. Oh, hold my beer. Let me show them how it's done. Let me show them what they're gonna miss. What's that song? Why don't you kiss this? I think it's an old country song. Not that old. It's probably 2000s. Um, and I don't mean on my ruby red lips. Yeah, I think that that's more the anthem for this story. This Leo, they felt like totally a little deflated balloon, and then they're like, screw this. I'm a Leo. I don't stay down. I don't stay sad. I don't let myself think that because one person passed me by or one opportunity said that they didn't want me, that or they misjudged me, that is a reflection of who I actually am. They don't know who I am. I know who I am. So let me roar. That's kind of the vibe that I'm getting off of this, which is so wonderful. Oh my gosh, hold on. I did the worst shuffle ever. I'm not going to keep any of these, and the only reason I'm saying that is this is how many we got. That's not a shuffle. That's a like collapse. So hold on. I can't say that I did much better there, but we've got 3. We'll keep them. It's just that there's like 15. I'm like, no, that's not a story. That's just a little, like a little vomit. We got the 10 of Pentacles. We got the Ace of Swords. And we got the Empress. My. Look at this. So this Leo shifts their energy from, I wasn't chosen, I wasn't selected, I feel like I've lost face, or like I lost like I wasn't the person that was wanted, and it sucks to not be wanted. But lots of times in life we won't be wanted because not everybody can see value, like people value different things, and that's okay. They This Leo says they'll know what they missed out on because somebody else will probably oh gosh, is it Salt and Pepper? No, sorry, it's Sir Mix-a-Lot, because I'll pull up quick to get with you. It's kind of like there's not going to be any downtime for this Leo to pull themselves back up and basically rise once again to that status of self-respect and knowledge that they really are something, and that there is a match out there for themselves. This could be a match in business, but this looks an awful lot like romance to me. But to find somebody that sees the Leo for what they are and accepts the Leo, that's that's what the balancing energy of the 10 of Pentacles would be, right? This is where I put in my best, you put in your best, and guess what? Together we are the very best. We brought the best of ourselves to the table. I love what I see in you, I accept you, and vice versa. Why would anybody ever want to be with someone that doesn't accept them or doesn't see what they're offering as valuable? So it's very simple. This Leo gets out of the doldrums pretty fast by saying, wait a minute, if somebody didn't want me, thank God they didn't, because they clearly didn't see my worth. And if you didn't see all this good, all this yum, then you certainly don't have a right to taste it. Let me tell you, like that's the way I would say this. It's so clear, it's so simple, and it's put things back into perspective, I think, for this Leo. Um, they are looking for someone who can see the divine within them and vice versa. I don't think this is all about ego, just needing to be stoked. I really think that this is Look, it's simple, really, because many, many, many amazing people in this world wind up in partnerships where a partner, cheats or does something or breaks up with an amazing person, and everybody is going, why would you have let them go? Are you crazy? Or why would you have treated that amazing person wrong? Are you crazy? And it's like that might have happened to the Leo, where everybody else can see, like, I can't believe that they mess things up with their Leo. But to be the person that was left out in the cold can feel like this for a hot minute. Thankfully, this Leo is the kind of person who's got like their head on their shoulders, and they recognize, hey, the last thing I would want is to continue to be in some kind of a commitment, whether it was a work relationship or whether it was a romance, with someone that didn't know what they had when once upon a time they had me. So farewell. They might not cry now. They'll figure it out later. And I just think that that's the overall energy. And the Leo, this is more of like they can see it clearly now. They can see that it was, I'm not even going to say a blessing in disguise. It was just straight up a blessing that this thing ended, because there's somebody else out there for them. With that 10 of Pentacles, they already know it. Tell me about the 10 of Pentacles. We got to go down that road for a minute. That 10 of Pentacles is more of a romance, but it's 10 of Pentacles can talk about family. It can talk about abundance. It can talk about any form of like the comforts of life. And again, we have an Empress. Okay, I just got done doing a Taurus reading, and Empress energy was super prominent. It's funny to see it so prominent here as well, to see the Empress twice. I almost feel like this is like interwoven to that Taurus video, even though these are different Empresses coming out of different decks right now. I gotta say, maybe this is a same-sex couple, could be, with two Empresses, or it simply is saying the Leo sees themselves as an Empress, and it doesn't matter what gender. I don't read for genders, but they want a partner who sees them the same way. We got the Judgment card here. This is it's not so much about like reconciling, getting back together with someone. It's not like the Leo saying, oh, I know that this person's going to come back to me someday because they're still going to want to get with me once they figure out my value. No, no, no. This Leo is not taking any exes back. This is different facets of their personality are coming back to life. I feel like this Leo had higher expectations in the past. They might have lowered them a little in order to be with this job or this situation, and this Leo has reinstated the bar that should have been there all along. This is them coming back into balance and remembering a truth that they knew a long time ago, which is, I'm a freaking Empress. I don't step down from my pedestal, from my throne. Someone has to step up and sit beside me, and if they can't do it, of course they're going to let me go. They couldn't reach my level is the ultimate issue here, but I want someone who does. With that 10 of Pentacles, this Leo is simply, it's clicking. They're like, oh my God, how did I forget that this is the kind of relationship I want? How was I settling for something less than this? I remember now. This is what I set out to get. I want somebody that's a partner, a friend, a lover, somebody I can rely on, somebody that is really going to stand beside me. Okay, I remember all that now. That's right. That's what my plan was. Sometimes we do start accepting a lot less, or by getting rejected by someone. That's all we think about is a rejection, instead of flipping it around the way we are in this story and realizing, wait a minute, I got rejected by what? By someone that I was never what I was looking for. Why would that hurt? It's like, it would be like somebody telling me, Kate, I'm sorry, you're too big to bungee jump. Oh, boo-hoo, let me cry my ears, my eyes out. Like, I didn't want to bungee jump ever in my life. I don't care if there's some height limit, weight limit, whatever. I have zero interest in bungee jumping ever. So am I boo-hooing about the fact that I've been rejected? No. That is so okay with me. Like that's the best way for me to describe this. It kind of gets funny when we think of it that way, like, oh, heartbreaker, this person doesn't want to be with me, but they weren't what I was looking for. But I forgot what it was I was looking for a little bit. Equal is what our character is after. Something that comes in and feels like, we just keep seeing equality over and over with this. And not mysterious and like someone that we have to crack a code like Morse code or get a code talker to come in and help us figure out who is this person, what do they want. It's like I think this Leo said all along, all I really want is somebody that matches me, that I can understand and who can understand me. Um, that it seems pretty simple. It seems pretty darn simple as to what our Leo has actually always wanted. And I'm gonna wager to bet that whomever rejected them, let's go ahead, let's ask, what was it that happened with this Leo before? Did they get rejected by someone? We have an Emperor in the upright. This could have been someone that Leo thought this was going to go the distance. They thought this person was their Emperor. They thought this person was marriage material. We have the Two of Pentacles and we have the Four of Swords in the reverse. They thought it was equal. They thought this person was going to be. I can see now why that would have been really disappointing, because it came across in the beginning like, wow, this works. This is going to like heal anything from the past that ever felt, wounded or broken. This person feels like I really have a partner. They feel like somebody, wow. And they felt like it was the right time to have met this person. No wonder this was like the bottom dropped out of Leo's world for a little bit, because they were thinking that they'd found the one. We've got a Two of Swords in the reverse, and they didn't put up any boundaries with this person. They assigned them that role of, I'm ready to be with an emperor. I've met you. I believe that you're my emperor. I hold nothing back. This Leo went all in, is what it looks like. So to get rejected by somebody that we went all in with, we got an Ace of Pentacles in the reverse, and to not have it be different than other past relationships that weren't the real deal. Like, unfortunately, it turned out to be like a rinse and repeat cycle of relationships that hadn't worked out in the past. This wasn't something new and fresh. This wasn't Leo had found the one and it was going to be a beautiful thing like they thought. That's probably why it was such a supreme disappointment. This Leo could have even doubted their ability to select well, because they're like, I thought I met an emperor. I thought that was so different. That was the one. It was the right time. All the signs and synchronicities fell into place. It seemed like this was my person. Hold on. Let's go back to that first deck, because what is there for this Leo to contemplate about this? Just the fact that everything seemed so perfect, like this was going to be so real. The universe says, now wait a minute, Leo. Really? Was everything so perfect? Or was there stress right out of the gate that it was too perfect? Was there something here that, because this turned out not to be much different from other failed relationships after all, but the universe is kind of asking Leo to look at things a little bit more, how do I want to say it, analytically, and say, okay, but all this time Leo keeps saying, oh, what I really want is someone that I'm balanced with, someone who understands me. I understand them. I thought they were an emperor. I thought this was going to work, but then it didn't turn out to be any different than any other relationship that didn't work out. And the universe says that's because, Leo, this was a stressor somewhere in all of this. It was a stressor right out of the gate. It wasn't, it almost seems like there was never, this sounds so strange to say it this way, but really, was there ever enough of a building block here? The Five of Sacred Circles is in the reverse. Almost like the big stress is, can I really count on this person to not dip out? It seems like that was a major question mark from the gate, which would really indicate then that's not the emperor that our character was giving them that title and pretending, or not pretending, but assuming that this is my person, this is going to work. This hints that if Leo stepped back a little bit, they would maybe recognize that someone who we really feel safe with probably isn't going to cause us this much stress and grief over something as fundamental as, can I count on them to be there? If I am sick and I got green snot coming out my nose, do I really think that this person is going to be there to lean over and wipe it off for me? If life is bloody and dirty and boogery, and an emperor doesn't run, an emperor doesn't mind. That's they've reached a level of maturity where things don't scare them away. The ugliness of life is just part of it. But I'm wondering if even out of the gate, if Leo was really honest, at least this is what is being suggested to our fictional character to contemplate, is if this person caused, even from the very, very beginning, the twinge in the back of Leo's mind that I'm not sure that I really think that they'll stand beside me, um, come hell or high water, because that right there says then there wasn't really a foundation. So as much as Leo was saying, no, no, I think that they're the emperor. I thought it was the right time. I really was ready for this, and I opened myself up to it. Yes, the Leo opened themselves up to it. The Leo would have been there through hell and high water, but would they have been? Because if there was stress at the very beginning that I'm not 100% sure I can count on them, then that's just it. This wasn't different than any other relationship that, didn't have the power to go the distance. Anyway, all of that just to say it makes a lot more sense now why the Leo is having this big breakthrough. Hindsight's always 2020, recognizing that, wait a minute, that's right. I want somebody who would stand beside me, build an empire, sweat, get stinky dirty with me, not care, do the stuff that we got to do to build an amazing life together, because it takes a lot of effort. And I forgot, that's what I was looking for. That's how I used to define who I think an emperor really would be to match my empress energy. But I kind of forgot that for a little bit. Okay, I got that back again. I found me again. So this is really a story of a Leo who found themselves through the rejection of somebody else. And it was the best thing that could have happened, because they were dangerously close to accepting something far less than what they ever really wanted for themselves. It's just, it's hard to sometimes recognize, did I make this mistake, or am I just not wanted? Instead of saying, now, wait a minute, was I um, critical enough when I was deciding whether or not this person should be allowed to hold such an important role in my life? And I think that the Leo is realizing, yeah, I should have been a little bit more critical. Okay, this makes sense now. Chariot, so onward. This Leo's not going to look back again. Now, you notice we got 2 alpha lions pulling this, which is perfect because this is Leo energy as far as lions go. But of course, the chariot is actually Cancerian energy. So a lot of emotion here, but only an emperor and empress rides in a chariot. Guess who's in it? We got our emperor after all. This is the Leo is now really ready to allow a genuine emperor into their life, not give someone the title of emperor, but genuinely see somebody who's going to be direct, who's going to come straight forward, and who's going to stand beside the Leo, most importantly. And that what pulls a chariot forward is obviously these 2 lions moving in tandem in the same direction. So ultimately, that's really what this Leo needed all along. They didn't find it in that past person, because they made one little critical error where they gave someone the title and were allowing them to play a role in their life that they were not suited for. So that's the only reason it didn't last. That's the only reason they got quote unquote rejected. The Leo wasn't rejected. That person couldn't have stood beside them like this. They need the real deal. So interesting. I think that was, I don't know, I would say that was highly relatable in the sense that I think it's super easy and this could be in anything in life, not just in romance, but to, say, oh, I really want this. This is going to be perfect. This is just what I want. It's a perfect job, or it's a perfect house, or it's a perfect this or that. And then it falls through. And it's not until it falls through that we go, wait a minute, that was like a super crappy area of town that I didn't want to actually live in. It was so far away from town, from where I work. It would be so crappy for me to have to live way over there and have to commute in. That's not even what I wanted. Why was I going to accept that? I'm glad that I didn't get that, because it would have been a nightmare. That's such a, so far away from everybody that I want to live near. Sometimes we have to be rejected before we recognize that is so not even what I wanted. So this was kind of an interesting one. I felt like it had some relatable moments for sure. All right, you guys, thank you everybody for being here. Thank you so much. Kung Fu Panda, well said. Bad casting, yes. Free Spirit Sky Dancer, good to see you, honey. Hi, Valentino. Namaste, darling. Sheila Thomas, good to see you. Celestial Farm Girl, what a cool name. I love it. Very nice, you guys. Good to see you. Hey, Fred. Glad you made it tonight. Sagittarius, Leo, Leo. Always wonderful to see you. Hi, Delinda. Jay Sabran was in the house. Thank you for the lion. I love it. Hey, Crystal. All right, you guys, have a beautiful night. I may do one last video still tonight just because I think, let's see what time it is. Yeah, I think I'm going to do one more. It'll probably be Capricorn next. All right, you guys, take care. Hi, Rosie. Bye, everybody.